that's why I think so much is at stake right now, is a theme that we argue has perpetuated the conflict. We call it the Jews are never allowed to win, the Arabs are never allowed to lose, and certainly never allowed to acknowledge defeat. You know, sometimes people treat this conflict as if it's like some irrational cycle of violence, right? These barbarians and savages who just are engaged in this cycle of violence. And I'm like, no, it's actually incredibly logical. The conflict continues because every time that the Arabs in general, but especially the Palestinian Arabs, when they go to a war of annihilation, and there's never been any other kind, they make it very clear what their goals are. Whenever they go to a war of no Jewish state and fail, they pay no consequences. Actually, every time they are salvaged from that defeat to be told, you didn't lose. No. Your victory is merely delayed. So try again. And they're logical people, so they try again. That's why the conflict continues. Because every time, this is why I focused so much of my working life on UNRWA, because UNRWA sits at the original sin of telling the Arab refugees, rather than telling them, you just waged a stupid war, you could have had another Arab state living next to a rump Jewish state, but no, it was more important for you to ensure that the Jews have zero, and you failed and became refugees, but it's over. You're now going to be Jordanians and Egyptians and Syrian and Lebanese, and it's over. Rather than getting that message, they were told, no. Keep yourselves as refugees forever, this idea of return, and try again, which is what they've been doing ever since.